Hello, welcome. I'm Renee Valentina, and this is Musing Interruptus. Musing Interruptus is a podcast for sharing thoughts and stories and enjoying idiomatic phrases. You can read along. The transcription is in the description. Just click on Continue Reading to open a Google Doc. The idiomatic expressions are in italics. Try to get the meaning from the context, and then look them up to see if you were right. If you like it, subscribe, follow, and share. But more importantly, continue the conversation. Drop a comment with your answer to today's questions. I love hearing from you. The background music is by Blue Dot. Sometimes you need someone to write a song about you. Stevie Nicks wrote a song about asking her special someone if anyone had ever written a song about them. Say that 10 times fast. The truth is, you don't need a song to be explicitly written about you, to feel like you are seen or even connected with the rest participating in the experience being sung about. That is part of the beauty and my fascination with music. Love songs are understood and felt by at least 50 people at any given time. 100 if it's a Beatles song. That is a fact that I just made up, and I hope it will catch on. Basically, the more popular a song, the more common the experience. Again, I wonder if that's true. I'm making up a lot more things today than usual. Now, a piece of truth. I have fantasized about communicating with lyrics and song titles. The farthest I've gone is in the lines of every other Musing Interruptus episode, and on Twitter, where I add song titles when I retweet memes, random pictures, quotes, and news. Although I recognize this could be annoying, I do it anyway. Maybe someone else sees what I see. It could be the beginning of a story. Imagine it's a good story. Therefore, it's best to let it happen. According to my guesstimates, there are at least 50 people at any given time who might get it. Nobody needs a song written about them. But just because I don't need it doesn't mean I don't want it. There have been people who threatened to write a song about me. All talk and no song to be seen or heard. This has inspired me. So guess what I'm doing today? If you guessed writing a song in the style of Jarvis Cocker in his early years of Pulp, you would be right. I'm hoping that someone will pick this up and put music to it, and then we can sing it together. I love Pulp, and I wish for a Pulp song about me, Mr. Cocker. Unfortunately, you don't know me. If you did, you might not write a song about me either. I don't think I could give you the stuff your legendary girlfriend has given you, or that woman who inspired you to take her to the supermarket because you had to start somewhere. And hardcore. Well, don't we all want to know what they do for an encore? But what about you, Mr. Cocker? After reading Good Pop, Bad Pop, I wrote this song inspired by the author. And I imagine Mr. Cocker could sing it. Perhaps there is a rule about writing songs about yourself and singing them. So I've written it. And if Mr. Cocker never sings it, I may have to find a decent impersonator. In my defense, I will just remind you that imitation is a form of flattery. Whether the imitation is good or bad is a discussion for another day. A few notes for those of you who aren't familiar with Pulp. The band's music is a brilliant combination of late psychedelic rock narrated by a very sensual and self-aware lounge singer. I say this in the very best possible way. All of it. He has been deeply inspired by Elvis Costello, Barry White, the Beatles, the Velvet Underground, the Stranglers, the Fall, Pink Floyd, and so much more. Now, I will proceed to the most presumptuous part of this episode. The story of the song. Screw it. That's the name of the song. I think I nailed it. The song begins with a bass, like a train carelessly crossing a city. There's a pipe organ reminiscent of a medieval church, or perhaps a seedy bar. A deep male voice starts with a narration, the type fitting of the part of a concert when the lead singer presents the musicians in a band, and they do their solos. The voice is hopeful and larger than life. You'll have to use your imagination. Screw it. The walk down the white corridors of this institution were an invitation for my imagination to jump anywhere, to avoid the why I was here. I owed her everything, from cradle to prom. Hopping a train to somewhere more stable was much too expensive. And anyway, I don't want to travel alone. Oh my God, was that what led me to you? You were always a few blocks down the way. I would have given in so much sooner, before my tea got cold and I pawned my marbles. It was just a few blocks, no more than a song door to door. Pieces of youth I watched from a safe place. I'll never fess up to how long I wanted you. Had I known you were insane, I would have given in before the stain of a missed opportunity set in my favorite jeans. Sultry hiding places were carefully marked, more for your safety than my safekeeping. I could never trust myself with you. You could rip me apart. Now that I think of it, I was probably not visiting anyone. And all this time, I thought I was singing about you. Screw it, doctor. Screw it back in. I've got the one that fell out of my pocket. Make it nice and tight to keep myself from seeping away. That's it. Short, playful, with a touch of madness and sexuality and a tinge of pain. Did you get that, or was it all in my head? Jarvis, you would never have to ask. You always seem to get the balance right. After this exercise, I will use my literary license once more to say that on these pages, we are on a first-name basis. I wish you had written this, Jarvis. But you didn't. Today I did. Some people inspire the best stories. I'm not saying this is the best. It's just about him. And also, I'm just fooling around. Thank you for listening. What do you think about the story? Could it be a song? Some relationships feel that way, don't they? Please share any song that has been written about you and tell me what your first reaction was. If you have ever written a song about someone, did you get the expected result? What kind of song was it? After this exercise, are you at all worried about someone writing about you? If you are, why? I'm listening.